What's going on, you guys? My name is Aaron Goudreau.
And I'm Houston Mooneyham. Kind of awkward to introduce yourself on Marco Polo, but here we are.
So you can welcome him back. I'm sure he has a reason as to why he wasn't here. So let's go ahead and give him a chance to defend himself.
I feel like I need to defend myself because we haven't recorded together in the last couple weeks because we don't have a scheduled day. It's literally just been, hey, can you record tonight? It's like, well, no, can't tonight because I got this going on. So I need to defend myself because it made it look like I was just giving up, and I was not giving up. It just times weren't working out because they weren't scheduled. But now this should be a lot easier because we can just chat back and forth whenever it's convenient. But anyway, yeah, excited to try this new thing out, see what we can do with Marco Polo and our conversations here, because we have a lot of good conversations here, but they never make it past the app. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Hopefully you can make something cool out of it. So a couple of things. I could talk about a few different things. I'm going to narrow it down. When I say a couple, I got like 10 things I could talk about, but I'm going to narrow it down to 2. One being the season of life that the Lord has me in right now, which, if anyone hasn't gone back and watched the episode Growing in Prayer with Nathan Russell, go back and listen to it. Go back and watch it. The Lord has me in a different season than I've ever been in before, and it's growing in prayer and fasting. The Lord keeps telling me fast, fast, fast. So I've done a couple of fasts over the last few weeks. Here's what I think is very important. Fasting is all about removing something from yourself that you desire or that you have become even addicted to in some sort, that you rely on. Remove it from yourself and instead fill that time with prayer. And something that I do is I fast now for 24 plus hours. My longest one, I think, was like 2.5 days, which to some people that's not very long. Some people are like, oh, I do a week fast, I do 48 or a 40-day fast, whatever. I haven't got myself to that point yet, but I do think it's important to give up at least one day of food at a time. And the times that you are feeling hungry or would be eating, instead, like, sit in the presence of the Lord, talk to the Lord, listen to the Lord, ask him to fill your hunger with his presence, and just lean into him. So I've been going through that season lately, the importance of just hanging out in the presence of God. Actually, Psalm 91 talks about how to set your love on the Lord, and ways to do that is fasting, praying, reading the word, worshiping him. Yeah, setting your love on the Lord is basically, it's spending time in the secret place. So just a really cool season that I'm in right now. Was actually kind of forced into it, which is a different story, but the Lord's wild, man. So second thing is not as serious, but still wild, is Carl Lentz is back. He got hired by Michael Todd and whatever that church is. I honestly, I can't say that I don't think I've ever listened to one Michael Todd sermon, but I know Aaron, I know you like him, but yeah, he just hired Carl Lentz to be some type of pastor. It's like some type of relevance or like connecting with culture. I don't know the word. There's like a special word, which isn't really special. It's a normal word, but it's just slipping my mind. But anyway, he got hired for that. So actually pretty weird / cool. Apparently, Michael Todd released a statement where he's like, hey, Carl Lentz has been restored. He's into a new season of life, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, so he's doing his thing over there at Michael Todd's church. I also just heard that there's a documentary coming out, like a docuseries, and it's Carl and his wife exposing Hillsong. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Her dad is Brian Houston, for one, and Brian Houston's in a scandal right now, but your husband was in a scandal. That's why he wasn't a pastor for 2 years or 3 years, whatever it's been. So, yeah, kind of a weird thing. But anyway.
My first topic is a book that I've been reading. It's something that has been really helpful in digging into the Bible, in diving in a little bit further to reveal different depths and different insight into the Bible, into the original culture, into the original language that was used, why they used the words they used. And that book is this one. It's called How to Read the Bible for All It's Worth, written by Gordon D. Fee and Douglas Stewart. It's a book that was recommended to me by somebody here that you've seen on the podcast, Mark Brule. A great read so far. I'm not very far into it, but I'm taking a lot of time to go through it just so I can make sure that I'm taking things out of it that I've never heard of or things that I've heard of before that I'm not really versed on. But it's a really good book. There are a few different things that I've highlighted that I want to share here on the podcast, which I'm going to be sharing on the next full episode. So make sure to tune in for that. Houston has a few things that he wants to share as well.
Just a little fact about myself is Pastor Mark Brule is one of my favorite people on earth. I mean that. That episode that we had 2 hours to just sit and hear him talk, I'll never forget it. I'm serious. Like, his wisdom just, it really shook me. I'm like, man, this guy, you can tell he's been walking with the Lord for a long time. And not just because he has gray hair. It's because the dude is wise. The dude knows the word. The dude knows the Lord. He's just, I don't know. I just really enjoyed that time with him.
Well, my friend, that puts you on a long list of people who also love Pastor Mark Brule and also think he is extremely wise. With Mark being talked about, it just so happens that tonight he reached out and reminded me how much of a good time he had on the podcast and extended himself to be able to be back on the podcast another time soon. So we look forward to having him on. We will let you guys know when it happens. And until then, I hope you guys look forward to this season. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. Houston's excited for it. But mostly, I'm excited to see what God plans to do with it. There have been a few things that are on my heart, a few things that are on Houston's heart. And so we'll be able to share these things with you, maybe help you walk through your own journey with God, things that you're experiencing. So guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you're notified each time we drop a new video. And with all that being said, take care, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time.